Hello everybody and welcome to XYZ Maker. This is Ali and this is my first review in English, so please excuse me if I have any mistakes. Today I'm gonna teach you how to make flat multicolored prints, well, as many colors as you want without the need to wait for the exact layer height to change filament, do any G-codes, or waste more time and filament with purging towers. With one single nozzle and one single extruder, stay tuned. I'm sure that most of you have seen these mesmerizing videos of making colored pancakes that consist of inner parts, outer parts, and the final part that covers and encapsulates the whole thing. Well, this method was inspired by these videos. This is why I call it the pancake method, because it differs from the layer cake method. A lot of cakes in this video, so let's get started. I studied the dimensions and the cross-section shape of the E3D V6 nozzles, and I realized that I can make flat, multicolored 3D prints with taking these dimensions into consideration and by dividing the print into several flat models. So Pancake 3D print is basically made of several independent models or parts, inner parts and outer parts, with a height of no more than 80% of the nozzle tip height for both. The edges of the inner and the outer parts should have a slope that is identical to the cross-section of the E3D V6 nozzles, so that when printing the outer parts, the nozzle doesn't crash into the inner parts or remove them out of the bed. So technically you're gonna need some simple modeling skills to make your models. The prints are done into simple stages, and the first one is the modeling stage. Just choose any simple colored vector image from the internet. Import the image into your CAD software, and in my case I'm using Google SketchUp for simple and quick modeling. Trace the edges of the figures by drawing lines and make 2D planes or surfaces. Extrude them independently as separate objects, and each part shouldn't be higher than 1.8 mm. Make the necessary slope your way, and it's around 55 degrees from the vertical line. Then align all of the objects in one group. Now open the group and export each STL file independently, and that's all. And in my case I will use this simple card design that I made myself. And by the way, you don't have to follow these steps to make your pancake. You can make it your own way with your favorite software, and these steps are just in case you are using Google SketchUp. The second stage is the slicing stage, and I prefer using Cura Slicer. Now import all of the parts that you have made on your CAD software. Now merge them so that they can align in the right way, exactly the way you designed. Align the merged group to the center of the build plate. Then ungroup them so that you can slice them separately. I'll be slicing the parts from the inside out, and I'll start with this part and delete these two parts. Keep the part that you want to print first on the build plate and slice it, export the G-code, and don't forget to name them with a sequence so that you can know which one to print first from the printer in case if you forgot. The second part is the same way. Delete the first and the third part, keep the second part on the build plate, slice it, export it, and so on. And don't forget these important notes when you are slicing your parts. Disable all bed adhesion options, skirts and prints, because they will certainly interfere with the already printed parts in case if you were printing complicated pancake. And enable Z-hop option with at least 3 mm height. Also activate avoid printed parts option to decrease the possibility of crashing into the printed parts, although there will be some, but it's minor, and don't worry, they will decrease and disappear as the print gets higher. Now we have 3 G-codes, and each one will be printed with a different color. I'll be printing the parts one by one independently, with keeping each model sticked to the build plate and change filament after finishing each part. Well, and that's it. Now let's discuss the limitations and the advantages of this method, and let's start with the limitations. This method only works for flat models, so you can't do higher prints like the colored bench for example. You're gonna need a very well sticking build plate just like the Anycubic Ultra base. You're also gonna need some simple CAD software skills. Now let's move to the advantages of this method. You will get flat prints, not layered and bulky ones. You can do as many colors as you want within the same height. It's a time and filament saving method, so you don't have to spend much filaments on purging towers. And the most important part is that you're gonna have a very smooth and glossy finishing surface because it is printed directly to the build plate. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this useful method to the community. And I'll be leaving the link of this colored print of the pretty girl in the description below, which I made without the slope method because the parts were only 1 mm height. See you next time. Bye.